Welcome to the new signal. We got Mike Nourse in the house. We got Darren Shepherd, D Sharp.
Evening.
D Sharp.
And I'm Nat Soti.
Amongst other names. We'll get to.
So tell us what you got going on here right now, Darren. You got something going on in the background here?
Oh yeah, I've been making sounds with.
Get closer.
Been making sounds with
adjust your mic so you got a nice.
Yeah, I've been making lots of loops over the last few months with guitars. So now I have to do something with them, and I'm now using them as background sounds.
You do it with your guitar?
Yep, but with lots of effects. So
yeah, that kind of sounds
point.
like a synth, almost.
Well, I think that had an ebow in it to start.
So what you were
with,
just playing right now, that was
ebow
guitar.
guitar
Can you play that again?
Yeah, I can try.
That's the ebow.
That's what's helping it not have any attack, which also makes it more like a synth. And then I'm now re-affecting it as you hear it back, so I can make it not so boring. All right.
So that's an ebow.
Yes.
And for our fans out there, can you explain what an ebow is?
All right, it's a piece of plastic. It's got, I don't know, it's got a magnet inside it and a little circuit board, and it creates an electrical pulse. And you drive it across the two strings on your guitar.
So it's something you put on your guitar?
Yeah, but the trick is to put it so that it runs along the strings, and then you try to find the sweet spot. So you don't necessarily need electricity.
So you said it's a magnet?
Yeah. So you can play it on an acoustic guitar also.
So it what does it do? Does it vibrate
It vibrates
the
the
strings?
strings, so it creates. That's how it gets.
And so how does it create that bow sound? It's like kind of like, is it kind of like a warm?
Yeah, it rings. Well, all that stuff is all the other goodies, sound effects.
Who would we have heard that might have used an ebow?
One of my big heroes, Robert Fripp.
Robert Fripp
may not have used one, but just made his guitar sound like he's using one. Adrian Belew, and this guy Bill Nelson, who I believe is probably responsible.
Adrian Belew, I know that name. He played. Did he play with
Talking Heads?
Talking Heads.
Frank Zappa, and then King Crimson.
Was he a main member of King Crimson?
I think so for a while. Yeah, he was a songwriter. I think in the 80s.
Adrian Belew. I remember always reading about him in like guitar magazines.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you see those like top 25 guitar players of all time or whatever, there's like Adrian Belew. I think
the original BuzzFeeds.
He was also a drummer, I guess.
He was a drummer too?
Yeah.
Was he in Tin Machine?
No, but he could have been. No, I think he played with Bowie a lot.
Wasn't Tin Machine a Bowie band?
It was, but not with him.
No.
That was Reeves Gabriel. I don't know how to say it. Gabriel's. I don't know, Reeves Gabriel. He's another one of those guys who plays lots of tricky things on the guitar.
So you're really into kind of making your guitar not sound like a guitar.
Yeah, because I can't play keyboards. No, I can play them, but not really. You know, not in front of people.
So you
on a
actually
stage.
want the sound of a keyboard, but because you don't know how to play keyboard,
Yeah.
you try to you do things to your
Well,
guitar.
I came up in the '80s. So I mean,
But what came first for you, the guitar or the keyboard?
well, the keyboard sound was the thing that inspired me. I think, to get into music. Coming up in the '80s, hearing all this electronic stuff. Some of it really bad, some of it absolutely amazing. You know. And it was so simple, and it was anybody who could get a keyboard was immediately making something that nobody's heard before.
hear Mike's breathing before. Is that like a old man breathing? You know, like when you get older, you
Start to hear.
You just hear, like,
people breathing.
You can get it through the nostril hairs. So once you start combing your
I'm just
nostril
getting
hairs,
over
you're
a
in
flu,
trouble.
man.
Oh no! Oh, it flew out of here.
Yeah, it's the last. It's been 3 days, but I can feel the tail end. Anyway. Fuck, I was just about to say something. And I forgot it. And it was good.
How good?
Good for you.
You had a genius thought.
I had a really good conversation point to make. But it's probably better that I don't.
It sounds good.
Was it controversial? Do you think it was controversial?
It might have been controversial.
Was it political, or was it just kind of like
It would have been personal and in the process.
personally
political.
controversial? I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, unfair, really.
Was it new house related?
New house.
Yeah, your new house.
Oh, no. I thought you meant new house. Like, for some reason, I thought about
Oh my God! You thought about the new house competition?
New house competition.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, new house, is it back?
It's like it was like a Vietnam flashback there.
It was, man.
New house.
It
Is
was.
that a show or something?
No, that was part of Mike's work.
It was good. It was good. It wasn't, no, I don't want to talk about it.
That's where it's like you'd get on the internet like Mike Nourse, this is Newhouse competition.
No, everything was amazing. It was the opposite. It was just great people. Missing great people. Here's to missing great people.
All right, so for our audience out there, tell people where we're at. Where are we?
We are in, to me, the greatest room that I've ever had the privilege to call my jam room, that I share with a good group of musicians and networks of musicians, and a setup that's just super friendly, easy to use, easy to record, and entertain. And a mini fridge with a little garbage, so we got a little system over here to keep things under control. And it seems to work really well. I'm looking at about 5 amps on my right and 3 or 4 or 5 on my left. Recording situation with a snake and pedal boards on the ground and lyrics and drums, mics, Christmas lights.
There are probably
curtains.
like 20 hooks on the wall.
There's
Maybe
probably
more than 20.
20.
There's probably like 25
There's
hooks
probably
on the
25,
wall.
yeah. I put all of those in.
With cables, and man, yeah.
Everything except for the curtains. No, Gabe hung some of the shelves, but I rehung them.
Yeah.
These foam thingies, which, I can't really tell if they work. You never really know.
If you took them off, you'd know.
Yeah, it's just too much work to take them off. I'd rather just leave them up. It's like, we presume it's better. It just feels better. It just feels a little cozier. These amps, I like the amps with the fuzzy exterior because they feel cozier. Like when you play them, you feel like a little warmer. You're like, oh, it's nice.
We only have like 2 fuzzy amps in here.
But they're big fuzzy amps. That bass amp is a great fuzzy amp. It's like a grandpa.
That bass amp was probably one of the best buys
ever.
Do
you remember how much we paid for it?
I think you paid like $300 for
Close. 400.
400. Okay.
Worth every penny.
Yeah.
Every penny. Oh my God. If I could tell you the model number, I'd say it.
I don't even know what
Brand
it is.
Ashdown.
Hashdown? Ashdown.
Not Hashtown.
Hashdown.
Ashdown, I think is it. I don't know where they're from.
Is it Ashdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like ash, put your ash down. Don't put it in the
Put your ash down.
I think
So it's very reputable.
yeah.
Is it?
Yep, very much.
Decent. Solid state.
It's got an octaves thing on it. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is probably the best room,
It's the best room
I've ever been in.
Come on.
Don't you think?
I like it.
I feel like we could get
We get a lot done.
yeah. A lot can happen in this room.
It has.
Like you can record we can record our full-on band. So just so everyone knows, we've got basically everything's mic'd up. We've got basically 8 and 8, 16 ins. So all the drums are mic'd, all the guitar amps are mic'd, the bass is mic'd, and that's why you can hear Darren's music right now. And we got 3 microphones. So we can go from recording a full-on band to just recording a 3-person conversation here.
We got many microphones. We got many microphones. We got many microphones.
That.
We got many microphones.
Look at that.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep it going.
children of the revolution. Get a job, only get married once. Something failed to mention. There is a place we'd like to go. Wouldn't you like to know? "16, such a nice age, I'm sure. Drowning moments, yes, I am woman now. This music is really dark.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. You got any like lollipop stuff?
Darren's like Paul Schaefer over there.
Well, he's like Paul Shaffer.
Remember Paul Schaefer?
Yeah, he was Canadian, man. He is Canadian.
Spinal Tap, right?
Oh yeah.
Is it Artie Fufkin?
What he was in a band too, right? Like a regular, not just like the Dave Letterman. Wasn't he like in a band?
Probably played.
Kind of like you know how like what's his name? Conan's old drummer, Max
Weinberg.
Max Weinberg. He was like a drummer for Bruce Springsteen.
I'm not sure that Paul Schaefer was in a. Well, I'm sure he was. He must have been. It would have been funny if he hadn't been. Dave Letterman was just like, "Hey, I'm Paul Schaefer.
Yeah. Oh, you can play several keyboards at once.
Can I lead your band?"
I mean, he was an amazing musician, and he was like it's kind of like who was the leader of the Johnny Carson band? Doc Severinsen. Remember Doc Severinsen?
Sorry.
Now it's like the Roots. It's like even the music for. How many years are we away from there being like an electronic music DJ as the music for like the late night talk show? So it'd be like some DJ or like.
It's just not interesting to watch. It's cool to listen to, but there's got to be a visual component that's interesting.
You know who comes closest right now is that guy Reggie Watts.
Yeah, of course.
For James, because he used to just do stuff that was just like looping his vocals and then a keyboard and then like
Yeah,
But now he's got like a full band. Have you ever seen Reggie Watts on the James Corden show?
You know, for some weird reason, it's so strange. I have a digital antenna, okay? And I can get every channel, like all the networks and all that sort of stuff, except for CBS. I can never get CBS, ever.
But
I can't watch it online.
Yeah, you can. There are all sorts of like James Corden clips online.
On which
On
I have
YouTube.
YouTube. That's how I do
I
it.
don't really go to
Darren was basically watching Jimmy Fallon night on YouTube.
Watching clips.
I'm telling you, man, YouTube is where it's at.
All right.
You don't have to watch any
There's so
commercials.
much
No
shit on like just. I don't even know, like.
Okay, I got the app. I'll open it.
Yeah.
I'm a.
Like the other night when I went and saw Chris Rock, perform in Chicago. After the show, I went back and I was like, I want to listen to some, like old Chris Rock routines. YouTube. It's the first place I looked. And there's like either like, his whole like Bring the Pain or like someone had made like an hour and a half long compilation of, Chris Rock. You just, you can put it, like YouTube is pretty amazing.
All right. Sold.
So James Corden or Reggie Watts, you can watch on YouTube.
I saw Reggie Watts live and at Tour de Fête. And when our friend...
Was he performing as like his music or was he like...
looping.
But
It was basically him alone.
okay. Did you like it?
Oh, he was incredible. He was just rocking the loop pedals, and
Yeah, he's really good at that.
he's just
Comedy
letting
Bang?
it fly.
Comedy Bang Bang.
Yeah, Comedy Bang Bang. He was really good on that.
It's a weird show.
I love that show.
You gotta watch
I
it
can't
again.
watch it all the time, but when I do watch it, it's pretty good. I'm liking this. Paul Shaffer. D sharp, everybody.
In the background, though.
Everybody loves a little D sharp. Everybody loves a little D
Yeah, every couple of
sharp.
weeks.
Everybody loves a little D
Oh,
sharp.
jeez.
Everybody loves a little D sharp. Everybody loves a little D sharp. Who doesn't love a little?
Everybody loves
Everybody loves a little D.
Everybody loves
Everybody loves a little D. Who doesn't?
sharp.
Everybody loves a little D
sharp.
sharp.
D sharp.
Everybody loves a little D sharp.
D sharp.
Everybody loves a little D sharp. Who?
D sharp.
Everybody loves. Everybody. 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 Everybody.
What do you gotta say, D sharp?
Everybody loves a little D sharp.
What do you gotta say, D sharp? What do you gotta say, D sharp?
Where did the name D sharp come from?
Jeez, don't-
I don't know. You tell us. It's
Let's
your name.
talk about the origin
The history of D sharp.
of D
I don't
sharp.
know. I was giving it
D sharp. Where are you from?
Middlesbrough, Yorkshire.
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough. Yeah. Any
What was it
any
like
football
growing up
fans
in
out there would-
And
Middlesbrough?
so would Middlesbrough would be like the name of the town in Yorkshire would be the name of the state? Like if you were to compare
No,
it to like
it's
America.
it's a city, I guess. It's a
Middlesbrough,
town.
Yorkshire?
It's it's north, so it's heading up there towards
Is that like
getting close
Chicago,
to,
Illinois?
like
or-
Newcastle. And, No.
Is like
well, Yorkshire,
is,
yes,
is Yorkshire like
yeah.
a province?
Yeah, Yorkshire's province.
Is that what they're
They would
called?
Like that.
Well, that's in Canada. They're called
York,
provinces.
I think Yorkshire's a country.
Not in England.
Yorkshire's been trying to be a country, from what I heard last.
Yeah.
They actually tried.
Where-
like
where
how
is-
Scotland would try to have independence?
Where is it in England? Where is
It's northeast, heading towards Hadrian's Wall.
it's near the ocean?
Hadrian's Wall.
The
Did you
Hadrian's
live in
Wall.
Lord of the Rings? What is
No,
this?
there's such a thing as Hadrian's Wall. It really is. And you can get across it. I think
Darren's
it's-
from the
it's like-
Shire.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
just
kind of am actually.
you know.
If you came out, where I'm from, it's
Up the ladder
It's
and-
all
It's
rolling
kind of like
hills.
in the countryside.
Oh yeah.
How big is your town?
It was pretty small.
Like how
if you
big?
knew people,
Like how big? Like 10,000?
less.
Less?
I don't even know. I don't know. There was a plaque that probably told us how many people.
No one guessed. At some point, someone was like,
"There's some cross hatching at the end." Like, all right, one more went. No, I don't know.
Because I grew up in a town of 10,000 people too.
Yeah, it was
like
pretty-
it was less than 10,000.
But it-
Kewanee, Illinois. No one would know that shit.
Kewanee.
Kewanee. What
Kewanee.
does Kewanee mean?
It's an Indian name, I assume. So it's basically if you go, we're in Chicago right now.
Yes.
And you take I-80 west, and about halfway between here and Iowa, there's like that'd be where Kewanee would be. It's like in the
Nice.
middle of there, kind of like. So it was called like when you. I don't know if that sign would still be there, but when I was there, like there, like welcome to Kewanee, hog capital of the world. That was it.
Hog capital of the world.
Yeah,
Oh, so barbecuing was big.
I guess maybe there are a lot of pig farmers around there. I don't know.
We had that too. There was a big
In Middlesbrough.
No. But where I actually went to school, it was a big farming environment, and one of the kids, there was two brothers. No, they were cousins actually. Sorry, but they had lived in like a pig farming. Like they had farms around that were all connected, family wise. So they would bring a big bag of candies every so often, and like
What are candies?
candy, like
like bubble gum.
well, it was basically
Butterscotch.
what do you call
Toffees?
the gummy bear type stuff.
Gummy bears?
Gummy stuff.
That's what
With
Nat,
sugar on it.
Nat loves gummy
Taffy?
bears.
So it was awesome for us, but
Who made this candy?
We don't know, but what he did, they would throw it in the feed for the pigs.
Wait, hold on.
So-
hold on.
What?
No, it was like they'd get so much of it that he would be able to snag a bag of it and bring it to school and just.
I still don't quite get what this candy is.
Well, they would put it in the feed to help the pigs. I guess
Pigs
it gives
would
them
eat it more if it had sugar in it.
Yeah, probably. There's probably more to it than that. Even just.
But it was like gummy bears.
Well, it was gummy stuff.
You like throw gummy bears in like some pig feed.
It was all kinds of chewy goodies. It wasn't like barley sugars or.
I'm trying to figure out if it's like pig food or if it's human food.
Well, I guess they're supposed to be.
Who makes this candy?
Who's cheating on it?
Where do
No,
they
the
get this
candy was legitimate candy, but
Yeah, where do they get it?
I don't know. It wasn't talked about that.
What?
must have got-
There's like some illicit candy trade.
Yeah, it must have
in
been
Middlesbrough.
Well, not Middlesbrough. And this is
Like a really mysterious place. I gotta say.
This is Head in Yorkshire, which is near Kingston upon Hull, which is a little more south.
Man,
But it was very much
more
like
British towns like how you name it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I lived near a place called Humbleton.
So what? Like you said, Hull on Kingston. What?
Kingston upon Hull. Well,
Kingston upon Hull. What does that mean?
So the River Hull.
Okay, River Hull.
So so they call themselves Kingston. Really.
So
That's what they wanted to be
So the
called.
name of the town is Kingston,
Yeah.
or do you say Kingston upon Hull?
You say Kingston upon Hull if you want.
Because is there another Kingston? It's like Kingston
Well, I think
on
they,
Mountain
I
or
don't know
something.
who they named. I'd say Jamaica, but there was a big import export.
There's a Kingston in
Fishing town like whaling
So
and stuff
so
like that.
Kingston upon Hull, and then there's a Hull City.
Yeah, and that's the same
Is that on
thing.
Hull?
That's connected.
Is that on the Hull
that's
too?
the team.
There's a Kingston and Hull in Canada, in Ontario.
Yeah, because Canada is like Britain Junior.
Well, some people say it's like America Junior, but I say it's like Canada Senior.
So Mike is from Canada, for those who don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And you grew up in Montreal. Were you born in Montreal, or were
I was
you born?
born in London, Ontario.
Okay, so that's like you were born British, but
Well,
then
the
you
flair.
like grew up in France.
No, yeah, kind of. I grew. I born in. I born in.
My wife.
Very nice wife.
London was a small-ish town, city, really.
How big? Like how many people?
When I was there, probably 100,000.
Okay.
But really, college town. Everybody there is just—it's a whole industry around one.
And
college.
Ontario is kind of in the middle. That's like the
Middle right.
the Midwest of Canada.
Yeah.
No?
It's mid-right.
Toronto is
that
in
a-
Ontario,
is that a
right?
com-
Toronto is Ontario is in Ontario, yes, and Toronto's like the New York.
And so is
of-
Ottawa, right?
Ottawa's the capital of the country,
Right, and that's in Ontario too.
And that's in Ontario
Yeah,
too.
okay.
Right across the river from Hull, which we were just talking about.
Does it have fishing? Or is it well known for fishing?
Yeah, it's Canada. I don't know, like not in the city or anything.
So how common is it
Drill a hole.
to be born in like London, Ontario, and then end up growing up in Montreal?
So I can say this. So my mom, in wanting to move rather abruptly in the late 70s with her with her 3 kids,
This got dark all of a sudden.
yeah, bought into this thing that Pierre Trudeau sold at the time, which was that he wanted the entire country to speak both French and English so that anyone could go anywhere all the time. Right? So my mom liked this romantic notion of being able to move to Montreal and having your kids grow up speaking French. So I basically went to French school for a long time growing up. I moved there when I was like 5, I think.
Your mom is Canadian too, right?
She was Canadian. Yeah.
And Ontario Canadian.
She grew up in London, Ontario,
Okay.
with her family.
What about your dad?
Vancouver. Born
Oh,
in
so your dad's
Vancouver.
like West Coast.
My dad is sort of West Coast. Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say. Yeah.
And so how did he end up did they meet in Ontario?
He was teaching at the university business, and she was working at the university. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I was very young when I was there, so I just have vague memories. And one of them involves a big turtle.
So your main memories are in Montreal. A big turtle? What?
He's going to leave it at that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It's just very vague. And every time I talk to people who I think we were there, they're like, no, I don't remember that. I was like, but
There's this big turtle.
we were all around a big turtle. You don't
We were all
remember
on the
moving
same
it? They're
drugs.
like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Who's we?
Like me, my brother, my older brother, neighbor across the street.
Was like the turtle like
A turtle had wandered into our
was the-
area.
Was a turtle like a table?
I have a feeling the turtle was like probably a pet turtle that had escaped from somebody's backyard.
How big was this?
And I was very small. So my memory of it was probably like, it was a tortoise, and somebody else was probably like,
Because like turtles, the only turtles I've ever seen are like really small. They're not that
Yeah.
big.
No, yeah, I know. I think I was just really small.
And
so I
is
thought
your
it was-
visual of it that all of you are around this
Yeah,
turtle?
my visual of it is it's like the size of that bass drum.
That's a big ass. There's no. That's like a sea
that's
turtle.
without the
Exactly.
feet, yeah.
Like a giant turtle. That's what my memory.
That was your memory of London, Ontario.
Well, no, that was one memory. That's
Okay.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you were 5 when you moved to Montreal, so you probably started having to speak French.
I
right?
actually started speaking French when I was in school in Toronto. I made a stop in Toronto for a year before we went to Montreal. And in Toronto, I was in an English school which had French, and I remember my French teacher was like the equivalent of like you're talented, and she would say it in French, J'espère que tu vas continuer. Non, pas j'espère, but j'espère que tu vas continuer ton français. Something like, I hope you continue your French. I remember something like that, and then going to Montreal and being like, oh my God, everything's in French. My school, it was like I had half an hour of English a week.
Wow.
And so when I would get into the English, I'd be like, oh man, hey, how's it going? What's going on today? If
So
everybody-
Trudeau is from Quebec, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and he was prime minister.
And
Not
how often does that happen? A prime minister who is from Quebec.
Well, Quebec's Quebec's kind of like the Texas of Canada. So it's a big place. So there's politicians that come out of there a lot.
Okay.
But he's Pierre Trudeau is probably the biggest ahead of his
And that was
son.
the original Trudeau, not the Trudeau that's there right now.
Not Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau is the son. Would you say Pierre Trudeau is like the FDR of Canada, the Lincoln
I
of
feel
Canada,
like
the Washington, like what would he, or the JFK? He's like kind of like the JFK,
He's
right?
probably like the JFK.
Okay, but they were around the same time, right? Or no?
JFK was before, but
Okay. Trudeau was during Reagan, right? Or no?
yeah, he overlapped with Reagan.
Okay.
I want to say maybe Jimmy Carter, but Reagan definitely. I think Reagan was what he really overlapped with. He was in there for a while, and
was he like the inspiring?
He was
leader?
inspiring.
Yeah.
There's some policies
Progressive.
people are like, oh, this got worse, and it's just like, but the country got an identity.
Right.
That's what you want a leader to do, is give you an identity, and he did that. So he thought that, hey man, if everyone speaks French and English, then you can go anywhere in the country and you can communicate. And if you want to move and settle in a different part of this beautiful country, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
It was a really romantic idea. Sort of worked for a while.
And your mom was one of those.
My mom
people.
bought into them.
She's
My
like,
mom was like,
yes.
okay, we can go to Montreal.
We gotta speak French. We gotta get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she never really picked up French except for a little bit.
So
The piano riff you just heard was Mike's mum's piano being played. And then
Cheers.
treated.
yeah,
very
that
nice.
that piano. We made some good music with that piano in this
Beautiful
room.
piano.
I hope
Everybody loved it.
I hope it did it proud. There's an episode of the podcast that hasn't been released yet. That is all mostly piano. I like having this music in the background. It's pretty cool.
Cool. I'm trying to make it subtle.
Yeah.
So you don't really hear it. This is called I will have the wine and flowers.
I'll have the wine and flowers. Where's the last hope? Where's the last hope? Where's the last hope? Where's the last hope? Where's the last hope?
So we had Sophie on. Sophie was our first guest last time. What you guys think of having just kind of like another person in the mix?
Yeah. It was awesome for me.
Very comfortable, if that's...
Did Sophie
word.
kind of would you say did Sophie play like a different style of music from what she would normally play? Or no?
She's good at I don't know. She's good at fitting in.
Yeah.
You know, she knew where she needed to be.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
knows,
yeah.
She knows what you guys do already.
Yeah. I like that she she started off, she was just kind of like adding things to your vocals, just kind of like, okay, I'm just going to kind of just throw a few things here and there. And then as the night progressed, she took over the microphone, which was cool. Like I loved it when
Alcohol,
she
I think. and
there wasn't that much alcohol
No,
that
but
night. I think,
gets
but I
into
like
it, too.
I like that. But you know what I would have liked too? I would have liked. It would have been great if she played an instrument too. 'Cause I know she plays
really
guitar.
Good, she's a really good guitar player.
Yeah, she plays great guitar. I would have loved to hear her play guitar
Yeah.
because I feel like
And
she was kind of singing along to what we play, right? But if she played guitar, it would have been totally different.
Yeah, we could have followed her. Yeah.
And we could have followed her. Yeah.
But she plays many, like accordion is another instrument.
Did she? Did you talk to her about it at all?
We actually listened twice to the podcast, so
Did she? Did she feel comfortable?
yeah. I think it was it's like an informal environment to do this.
Yeah.
Where you just get together and you make music on the spot. And we've done it in the past. We were in a band called Milk Baby that would do that stuff. So
You and Sophie? Yeah. Since this is a podcast, we just want you to, let you know, please rate and review this podcast. Give us some comments.
Fuck that. Wait, this is the first thing we've ever done.
Yeah, we know. We got to sign off, though. we got to give a sign off of some kind.
All right.
We can't just stop talking. Or do we just stop talking?
We'll get better at it next time. It'll be more interesting. We should get an agenda. We should really try to get through some shit.
I'll send this to friends who have
Try it.
like podcasts.
Yeah, if you like what we've done, kind of.
No, if you like what you think we're capable of doing.
I thought this was a pretty cool episode.
It was really weird.
Really? Why?
I was a little weirded out over here.
Really?
Well, not really, but no. It was more maybe checked out. I don't know.
All right.
All right, you guys are the best.
All right. Let's see you later.